Reality of Truth podcast. Let's go.
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
All right, so here we are, the very first episode of my podcast to help you in your health journey. This is my vision of a podcast that can just at least help you see yourself differently than you have most of your life. Once you see yourself differently, that is anatomically, physiologically, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, you will have a much better understanding of why you need to take care of your body, your spirit, and your mind. So without further ado, here is the vision of this podcast. I'm laying it out right now. So in the future, I will refer to this. You will be able to go back to it, listen all you want to make sure that you understand what my vision is. So if you disagree with me, you can go back and hear my actual words. This is a big undertaking for me. This is basically 35 years of my life, and I'm going to give it to you on a regular basis. My thoughts, my opinions, information, knowledge, everything that I have learned so far in natural health in the body, how it relates to your spirit and your mental attitude, everything. So here goes. Firstly, I am definitely going to hurt some feelings. I know I'm going to get hate mail and comments, not just from people I don't know, but from people I do know. It's okay to not agree with me, just as I don't have to agree with you. This is purely a discovery in health in our community of natural healing. Everybody's got an opinion. Sometimes it comes from a medical community. Sometimes it comes from the natural community. It will come from your friends and your family and what your dad always did and what your grandmother told you and what you've experienced, actually. Point is, my opinion, what I've been through, what I've learned, might be different than what you believe. It's okay. I'm all right with that. And you should be too. Maybe I can help you. Maybe you'll hear something that sparks you and makes you want to change your life. Maybe, just maybe, it'll give you the fortitude to say, I've had enough. I'm going to do something. And you actually do it. And by the way, if that happens and you need reassurance, you need support, you have to reach out to me or someone else that will hold you accountable and will keep you going. Spouse, friend, family, health coaches, movie, music, doesn't matter. Fortitude is the key. Consistency is fortitude in action. I know what I'm going to say. Sometimes you're not going to want to hear it. You are going to say, that's not what I learned. That's not what the science says. That's not what this and that's not what that. I understand that. And you should too. Doesn't mean that what I am saying is wrong. It also doesn't mean that what I'm thinking is always right. What I mean by that is you and I do not know everything about health, the human body, and how things work. I can absolutely 100% guarantee you that no one on this planet knows everything about the human body. Its interaction internally with the mind, with the spirit, how they all connect and how they all work together. I guarantee you. How do I know that? Because when you listen to real people who really study this stuff, from lay people to science people to researchers to doctors, biologists, physiologists, especially people who specialize in a specific field related to the body, and they realize every single day, I learn something new that I didn't know before because there's so much information that comes out. I heard long ago, it was said, this is probably 25 years ago, they only knew how the body works about 10%. 10%. There are so many aspects about the human body that they have no idea how they work. They kind of have a general idea or a theory, or they will compartmentalize it. They'll come up with ideas and opinions, but they can't prove any of it. And then once they finally find something associated with that theory or thought or opinion, blows it out of the water and it changes the whole trajectory of health. That's fascinating to me. So let's just say for all of history, we've learned 10%. So maybe that was 25 years ago. What are we at now? 12, 13, 14? If that maybe. I've heard endocrinologists say that they have no idea how many hormones are involved in our human physiology. Once they learn something, they find new things. They can't figure out what those things do. So then what? Once you say this is the way things are, something else pops up and changes that. I'm just being real. So the wonderful thing about our existence here on this planet, whether you believe in evolution or God created everything, it doesn't matter. The fact is, it's a wonderful daily experience for those of us who love learning about the human body and how it functions, and to make it better, because we're constantly learning new things, because everybody's learning new things in the community, from science to lay people. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're coming from. And by the way, your grandma or people before them knew more about the human body than some of the people that are living today. They're telling you what you should do. Maybe sometimes they did know what they were talking about back in the day. I digress. Once you realize how amazing your human body is, you will want to take care of it. You will want to take it seriously. Okay, more on that point later. Just want to say, I'm going to say things. I'm going to bring up topics. I'm going to challenge your thoughts on what you think. And a lot of times what I think when I research and learn myself, what I thought and what you think are the appropriate things for you to do as a human. I'm going to put one disclaimer in here right now, and I'm going to say a belief that I have. I can't seem to find any evidence against it. There are 3 types of people. There's ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. All 3 pretty much function the same as far as human anatomy, but as far as how diet, supplements, exercise, lifestyle, even daily activities, how your interaction with the world is different. Quickly, I'll state, super skinny people that never gain weight are not the same as very heavy people, large bones, big people that gain weight very easily. You cannot use the same diet with both of those. Okay, that's my quick little example. You're not going to always agree with me. I know there's going to be a lot of people who will be upset with me, and that's fine. But I'm still going to do me, and you need to do you. Wow, that's really cliche, isn't it? Okay. Secondly, I am not going to hold back. I am not that type of personality. Sometimes I do because I believe that you should be polite to people, that you should give due respect to certain people. But if you directly ask me and you want my opinion, I will give it to you, and I'm not going to hold back. But I will give sugar with some salt sometimes, and other times it's going to be bitter. I would say from this point forward, if you don't like what you hear, just hear me out. Then, if you don't like it, you can comment. You can email me. Everything's in the description. You can let me know how much of an idiot I am, but you better prove it. Sometimes I will try and be as polite as I can based on the situation. Other times I am going to be straightforward. I'm going to tell you straight out this is definitive. This specific subject, this specific situation, it's all salt covered in bitter. There is no sugar that can be added to it to make you feel better. Other times you need that sugar, and I will let you know that. Thirdly, the world of health is absolutely chock full of marketing and good intentions. I will expose these to the best of my ability, but you have to understand, as with anything on this planet, everybody wants to sell you something. Everybody thinks they're right. Everybody thinks that their theory, their product, their idea is the best. And a lot of them are very, very good. I would never want to go back to 1980s cell phones. Just saying. Or cars. Or pretty much everything except music. If you don't understand a general range of thoughts, ideas, opinion, common sense, science, etc., bringing it all together, then you're going to get marketed to. You are going to believe what you're told all the time. That's never a good thing. You will be sold everything. Fourthly, everyone has an opinion. Sometimes there is no science at all to prove any treatment. It's anecdotal only. Hence, most of Asian type medicine or Indian or Middle Eastern, doesn't matter. Native American. There's not a single study probably of Native American health principles. Doesn't matter. They knew it worked. Most of them wrote it down. If we didn't have those people doing what they did, you wouldn't even have allopathic medicine right now. There will be a future podcast on different types of medicine in the future. Medicine, we know, can go back to 5,500 years ago. Some say originated in India. Some say originated in China. Not sure. I studied both of those, not super in depth, but they're definitely part of my past. Both my mentors knew Chinese medicine and Okinawan and a lot of Ayurveda. Everyone has an opinion. That's just the way it is. Even doctors have developed an opinion. Most of them have zero science to prove anything. All they have is anecdotal themselves. Here's a medicine. We gave it to a person. This is what it did. That's not a study. That's anecdotal. If you have a stomach ache and I give you ginger tea and it goes away, that's anecdotal. Even though we know it works, that's anecdotal. No study, just you and ginger. Sometimes there is science to prove treatments. Fantastic. I'm all about that. I look for those. I read them on a regular basis. Wonderful that people put money towards this kind of thing to make people feel better. But you got to be careful. You got to read who funded the study. You have to read who's making the money. So there's that. Next, I promise from this point forward, I will always give you the most accurate info I have. Doesn't mean I'm always right. Sometimes things are different. Sources can change. Studies can change. The studies can be older. I might get a few details wrong here and there for anecdotal testimonials, but my intentions are there for the end result of what I believe or I know for sure will help you. The one thing that I strive to do is to know the truth, tell the truth, and let people know the truth of their health. You've been lied to so many times in your life. It's absolutely amazing. So I ask you, if you want to rebuttal what I have given you, then please do your best to back up your argument. That is the best way to help me and others who are listening to this. If you rebuttal me with real science or very good anecdotal, then we can all learn from that. Fifth, the whole point of this podcast is to dispel the lies, the deception, the assumptions, the opinions, in order to make you feel better. There are so many myths of natural medicine in the world, especially coming from, most people know where it's coming from. It's amazing. If they can't make money from you to make you healthy, they don't want to even entertain making you feel better. There's a quick story I will give you right now about that. There are villages throughout history in China. I'm sure that's probably a philosophy that's used in other places around the world, but there are small villages, areas where there's a healer, and people come see this person and will give them money on a regular basis, food, clothing, do things for this person, whatever. Take care of them. In turn, this healer will make sure that the family is healthy. If the family is not healthy, this healer does not get food, money, clothes, or anything taken care of. So it's in his best interest to make you healthy and to keep you healthy. That's exactly the opposite of the way most modern world works. You come to them unhealthy, expecting them to make you healthy for a price. Something about that does not feel right. I love dispelling myths. I love bringing out the deception. I love breaking down lies and bad opinions, people's ideas of what they believe for some odd reason is the truth. There are many people that sell snake oil. You have to be careful about those. In this modern age, with all the information you could ever want at your fingertips, all it takes is a quick look, what's in it? And then quickly look up what those ingredients are, if it's a product. Plus, you can always email me. What do you think of this? What do you think of this product? What do you think of this diet? This kind of thing. Maybe we'll have full podcasts on those things. But you are being deceived in health on a regular basis, every day, all day. There are so many people on this planet who want to help you, who have good intentions, very good knowledge, lots of experience, empathy that you can't even possibly imagine. Maybe they went through the same thing you're going through. They want to help you. They spent their life trying to help people in that specific health condition. Seventh, I will hopefully help you see your health in a more glorious way. You were created this way. Also, I want you to see how interesting your human condition is. Once you really grasp how amazingly put together your body is, just your body, which is not even as important as your spirit, maybe even your mind. Look at all the people who can't use their body. Their minds are fantastic. But your body is so interesting. It's so much fun to learn and see what's really going on. Once you see these, once you understand these, and grasp what's really going on in your body, how can you not be interested in taking care of it? It is basically a miracle of everything that's going on. Remember, I said pretty much they don't know hardly anything about how the body really works. We will have future podcasts describing areas of your body that are absolutely incredible. Those podcasts are going to blow your mind. I guarantee you, if that doesn't excite you, whatever podcast that is, if that doesn't pique your interest and blow you away, I don't know what to say. I guess watch more television. Next, 2 more. I will do my best to bring you into the reality of your health journey. You see, there is a reality about being in health that most people have never experienced. They don't know what it's like to feel really good. They've never experienced true health or even a part of that. Those people are dealing with so much more than the rest of us who have minor situations. So if you have minor and we can get you better, or you can get yourself better, you can take the information, run with it, become better, live in the reality of your health. Do you want to feel bad? Do you want to feel worse every day, or do you want to feel better every day? Do you want to feel better? As you get older, you don't feel better. So if you don't take care of it now, it will not pay dividends later. The dividends are positive. You're going to have withdrawals, not deposits. Do you really want to live your end days in a terrible health condition, or would you rather feel better? You're never going to be perfect. You're never going to be 100% till the moment you die. But why not do everything you can to keep yourself from feeling terrible throughout the rest of your life? And then while you're living your life now, you can do more, accomplish more, feel more, be involved in more, create your reality, create your career, do everything you wanted to do, enjoy life, quit sitting in front of the TV, read a book. By the way, if you want to remember more, get your butt outside and walk while reading. Anytime you get oxygen and circulation, you will remember more. Television, sitting around doing nothing, wasting your time. Hobbies are different, but wasting your time and not trying to do something for your mind, body, and spirit health, you will regret later. It's a fact. Probably every single culture in the world can tell you this. Usually, a lot of them that don't have hobbies, they'll at least spend time with other people, creating relationships. That's fulfilling their spirit and their mind. So your reality of your health is the whole point of this podcast. Understanding your reality. What's real? What's real in your life? What are real supplements? What are real diets? What are real exercise? What are real health programs? What are real positive things that you can do to make your life better? And I'll end it with this. Your body, your mind, and your spirit are an amazing gift. Animals have some of those parts. Some might argue they have all of them, but they really kind of don't. They are not the same as humans. Do you really want to spend your life feeling terrible? You could drink yourself into oblivion, smoke, do drugs, ruin your health, have fun doing it. You can do that. That's your choice. but it will catch up very fast. And the good times will never outweigh the pain that you're causing yourself. So why not enjoy it to the fullest? You can be a hermit in the woods and be healthy, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You can be in the inner city and be the same way. It's all up to you. I challenge you to really understand your mind, body, spirit. Really grasp those. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and realized you're looking yourself in the mirror? You're conscious of being conscious. You know you're alive. That's what you look like. When you look at yourself in the mirror, that's what you look like. Animals don't do that. They think when they look in a mirror, there's some other animal looking at them. You're different. You're special. God made you that way. So I say, enjoy your life to the fullest. And if you're going to do that, it's so much better to be healthy than to be unhealthy. Thank you for listening. This is the start. I hope you'll join me every podcast. I'm going to cover some pretty serious topics, fun topics, interesting topics. May even challenge you to want to really change your life. All right. Thank you for listening. Take care. If you want to contact me, my info is in the description box. Feel free to ask a question or suggest a topic, maybe some feedback, whatever. I look at every email and every comment, but please be constructive. I will not tolerate spam or rudeness or lewd comments. This is a place for healing and knowledge, not a negative space. If you want to read the transcript, it will be located on my website for each episode. It is therealityofhealth.com.